Stay on.
We're recording.
Good afternoon. I'll call this January 9th regular meeting of the Knox County Commission to order. And I'll start off with, as we always do, with a public comment period. Is there anyone in the public wishing to address the commission? Mr. Lindquist.
Can I use this microphone?
Sure, please.
Great, thank you. I am a citizen of Camden. I just bring before the commission and the commissioners and also the county, I hope, to learn about an issue and a situation in our mid-coast area, all counties in Lincoln, Knox, Waldo County, about a meeting coming up. January 17th, Wednesday at 9 a.m. down at Thomaston Academy. It's put on by the Mid-Coast Community Collaborative. And it's about our situation with daycare and childcare in our region. And I don't want to say it specifically about a county because it is a region-wide problem. I'm going to go through a couple of quick facts because I know you have a busy meeting today. Knox County has the 4th highest rate of children who are neglected and abused. I don't know what the 3 other counties are for early childhood, abuse and neglected. Knox County has the highest rate of children in foster care. In the youth category, as far as younger kids and teens, 1 out of 4 in the Mid-Coast, 23% have experienced 4 or more adverse childhood experiences. Now this is something that this collaborative is going to talk about. This is an issue that is not going to go away, and it impacts our employers and our workforce in this area. So if the people of the county are interested in economic development, it might be a good point to work on. Here are the wait lists of daycare in our area. Penobscot County is 30 or 40. Rockland YMCA, 30, 40. Lincoln County wait list is probably 60 or 70. These are wait lists, total 138 in Knox County and 130 in Lincoln County. I'm not making any of this, this is all data. It's not an opinion. These are the Head Start situations. Rockland closed, High Street infant closed, RSU 13 pre-K closed, South School preschool closing. This was back in October. Lincoln County, just wait lists of double digits. This is Head Start. This is federal and again state funded, and I hate to say it, there are 75 associations and groups listed who are attending and part of this Mid-Coast Collaborative, and guess whose name is not on this list? Knox County. I could go, I'll share this list with you. Lots of counties, lots of Department of Human Service groups, lots of federal agencies, lots of other groups. I was kind of shocked to not see Knox County on this list. I'm here today to encourage us to get involved in something as serious as this. Go talk to any employer in the area and ask them if they've had problems with daycare. Thank you.
Excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
When did you say it was 17th?
It's Wednesday, January 17th,
At what?
9 o'clock, Thomaston Academy.
Oh, Thomaston Academy. Okay.
There will be probably, I would imagine, it's going to be 50 to 100 different groups there, people representing different groups, who are incredibly impacted by this situation. And I encourage the commissioners to be there. Thank you.
Can I respond?
Excuse me?
Can I respond?
Of course.
Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
We are always happy. We all, if we were invited, we'd be more than happy to attend. One of us could certainly do that, but this is the first we've heard of it, so thank you for that. I'd also like to just mention that the name says it all. It's a Mid-Coast Community Collaborative, which means it's a collaborative opportunity between the county and the municipalities to work together. And also part of what you can do as a citizen, because I believe that you are a resident of Camden, is that not correct, Peter?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Says so right in my bio.
Have you brought this to the attention of your select board? Because individually and collectively, we can work together. Have you, or will you be bringing this to the attention?
There's a select board meeting tonight at 6:30. I
Will you
probably
be
will be
bringing it to-
attending. Yeah, and I put it to the different media outlets. But we have a new website here in the Knox County, and this is another outlet of information and public outreach. Be a great opportunity to help people become aware. Many opportunities don't have county and town lines. People work in one area, live in another. So it isn't really that specific, it's quite regional. That's the way I look at it.
It is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the commission? Seeing as none, I'll move down the agenda. Oh my goodness. First thing we have here is election of officers. And the first item for electing officers, electing the chair for 2024.
I make a motion that we move the same slate as last year.
I second.
Oh. Do we remember what the same slate as last year is?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I think we need to probably associate names with this. Is this for all of the
Yes.
for everything?
Well, sure.
I mean,
That would be to elect the chair. I would recommend and support Ed Glazer. Vice chair, I guess I was the vice chair. Representatives to CCWI. Union negotiations, I believe that is Rick. Airport Advisory Committee, me. McEd, me. Strategic Planning Committee, Ed.
any further discussion?
No.
No.
Well, we'll all be voting for ourselves then, right? All those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. Consent items. The approved consent items is presented, which includes this agenda, the minutes of the regular commission meeting of December 12th, monthly written departmental reports, the warrants, and the reserve withdrawals.
We approve the consent items.
It's been moved
Second?
and seconded. Discussion.
As far as the minutes, those aren't complete for this meeting, just because we've had other things happen. We're gonna put those on the January meeting. But the special meeting was in there, but it isn't on the agenda, so it would probably make sense to just move both of those to the February meeting, to have you approve them at that meeting. Because they're not, like I said, we don't have the December 12th ones done, and then the other ones are done, but they're not on the agenda, so it probably makes sense just to move them both to February, and then we'll have January minutes as well on that meeting.
So without objection, we'll remove the minutes from the meeting, from the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Which leads us then just to the regular items that are on there. Any discussion? Yes, Commissioner Paul.
No, Ed,
I'm voting.
Rick had some. Rick's vote.
Oh,
What's that?
I'm sorry, I was voting.
No, I'm not voting, I'm commenting.
Yeah.
I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of our departments and our department heads once again for the work that they're doing, their reports. Everybody is on, I believe most of our employees are working overtime to try and do their jobs. It's very much appreciated and recognized by us, even though it was not approved in our 2024 budget by the Budget Committee. And so, thank you very much.
Any further discussion? Seeing as none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? There are none. 3, 4, and none opposed. Action items. First action item is an act to approve and sign the collective bargaining agreement, CBA, between the County of Knox and the Fraternal Order of Police, Knox County Deputy Sheriff's Association Lodge 700 for January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2026.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Second,
And
and
second.
I'll come back. I
What?
wanted to allow Bob Coombs to speak if he wanted to.
Oh.
I don't know if he did. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all good. I'm sorry, seconded on action item 1.
Any discussion on this item? Anything? Andy?
I mean, just quickly, I'll just say, you were provided a marked up version. We had, I want to say we had at least probably 6 to 8 meetings between the management group and members of FOP, the officers from FOP. I think the negotiation went very well. The item that probably took the longest to finalize was wages. But we were in agreement at the end of what that needed to be. So FOP voted on December 21st. The membership voted with all but one person voting for the contract. So it's before you today to approve, and if you agree to sign it, the sheriff will sign it, and then we'll send it to the FOP member officers membership and have them sign it as well. So it'll be effective January 1st. It's a 3-year contract, which ends on December 31st of 26. So this is one of 3 that you'll get as we move into 24. We still have 2 other unions to negotiate with.
I'd just like to ask the sheriff and chief deputy if they're happy with this contract, and if this is will help to seriously address the shortages and the wage disparity that we've been experiencing with hiring.
The answer is yes. We are agreeable to everything that's there. There was some longer meetings than expected just because we are in an interesting time around wages. That is what took the longest to negotiate. So we've come to an agreement, so I do hope that you also agree. I think this is a good start to keep us in pace with our local communities. That is our, for lack of a better phrase, our biggest competitors. The only thing I'll just add is this, even though it's a 3-year contract, we typically do open every year just to look back at wages.
So that would be an opportunity if we needed to revisit things? Okay. Just want that flexibility so that we don't end up with serious shortages moving forward. We're able to stay ahead of it. Okay, and thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing as none, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. The next action item is an act to approve and authorize the county administrator to sign a contract with Dirigo Safety for consulting services to be provided to the Knox Regional Communications Center in an amount not to exceed $30,000.
So moved.
Seconded?
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Sheriff?
So I do have the draft of that agreement. The amount at this point is actually $32,000 not to exceed. So just ask that if you would just change that motion to $32,000 for some unforeseen incidentals that may occur. So just asking for that change, but otherwise, the draft looks pretty good. I'm just gonna meet with the administrator to go through some final details before we make that agreement.
How soon can they start?
As soon as we can come to an agreement. So we interviewed the individual that is going to be filling the position on Sunday. Several of the executive board members from the RCC took the time out of the weekend to meet with us. We had a very good interview, about an hour. They were in full support, unanimous from that board to move forward with this person as the consultant.
Thank you.
So we need to change it from 30,000 to 32,000? Could I get somebody to make an amendment?
I think Rick had a comment first.
I move that we change the amount to 32,000 rather than 30.
Second?
Second, any discussion on the amount change? Seeing as none, all those in favor of the amendment? So moved.
Thank you for your work on that.
Seconded and passed. And now we're on to the approval of for the county administrator to sign the contract. Any other discussion? Seeing as there's none, all those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. The third action item is an act to schedule a special commission meeting to meet with the Knox County Charter Review Subcommittee to discuss the Charter Commission's recommendations of changes in the executive summary.
So move.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Andy,
Yes.
when would we like to do this?
I guess whenever the commission wants to, and then I'd have to reach out to the subcommittee to see when they, that they can meet on that date and time. So I'm not sure if you want to do it on a particular day or whether you want to do it so in the morning or afternoon or night, or how you want to do it.
When was the subcommittee meeting regularly?
They were meeting on Thursdays at 5.
Thursdays at what?
At 5.
5. Would it be all right to schedule a meeting at their normal meeting time? On a Thursday at 5 o'clock?
I don't know the makeup of the committee, I can't remember it, but
It's mostly members of the budget committee.
they are available to me today.
But I think where there is 7 of them, it seems like rather than asking them to come to one of our meetings, it makes sense to go to one of their meetings, just to make sure that they can come. Does that make sense? You okay?
Yeah, fine.
You need anything?
So how soon do you want to schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what the best time to be would. Should be, I think, a Thursday at 5 then. But the question is, when? What's the calendar look like?
I mean, we could look to schedule it, I guess, the end of this month.
Yeah, I think we want to
Maybe
schedule.
the last Thursday.
I think we want to schedule it somewhat quickly because otherwise we'll start forgetting.
Okay. And I'm not sure if everybody looked at everything, but there was one of the things that, and not, I guess not to get into a big discussion on the document itself, but if you read the email from Jim Katsoukas, who's legal counsel, who's been working on the subcommittee, he spoke to the legal analyst because one of the recommendations is to increase the commission makeup from 3 to 5. That can't happen until 2030 because of the reapportionment. The legislature disbands the reapportionment committee after they do reapportionment, and they won't bring it back until 10 years from now, or well, it's actually 9 years from now, I guess you'd say, or 8 years, essentially. That's something that's decided by the legislature, and another county tried to have it done sooner, and they were told, no, we'll do it when the next apportionment comes up. So that's one of those that we're at the mercy of the legislature and the apportionment committee. So, so that that recommendation's in there. I think it'll probably stay in the executive summary, but as far as what goes to the voters, if the commissioners choose, then that most likely wouldn't go to be voted on as part of that. But that was something that, I know that wasn't brought to the subcommittee until almost the last meeting, because it took quite a while to get an answer from the legal analyst. Should have run it by the Attorney General to make sure that it could be done sooner, and that was a response that was provided. And I think too, it probably makes sense just to go over everything when we meet with the subcommittee, so the subcommittee can explain to the commissioners why they're recommending the changes they're recommending. I did get a revision from Jim Katsvikas, because Charlie Grover was chair of the subcommittee. He asked to have something changed, so I'll send out the revised versions for you prior to that meeting. I have to send it out to the subcommittee too as well. So I don't know what the last Thursday is in January, but is that the date you'd like to maybe shoot for, that Thursday at 5 o'clock?
Not the last of the month.
The last Thursday?
Well, maybe not the last Thursday. Can we do it beginning of February then? I mean, see if Charlie's available like the first week in February, the second week in February, we'll do it. That'll give us enough time to get it on the calendar. And though that's an act and it's it's already been moved and seconded, I don't know, because we haven't really come up with a date, if we have to table it at this point.
Unless you just want to make a motion to schedule it either the 1st or 2nd February, Thursday in February at 5 o'clock, and then I'll follow
Okay.
up with both groups once I have the date. So,
Would you be willing to modify your motion that it's first or second week in February?
Yes.
Second?
All those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. The next one is an act on changing the date of the April commission meeting and discuss other dates to be changed.
So move.
Second?
Moved and seconded. The first weekend, I hate to say it, the first weekend in April is, I think, a solar eclipse. And I've been invited to go someplace, so I wouldn't be back on Tuesday.
Far, far away.
And you can have the meeting if you want, but without me. Or else we have to change the meeting date. So I don't know if that's okay with you kids, or if you want to,
I don't mind changing the date.
I'm fine.
and if we're going to change it, do we just change it 1 week to the next week?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever that date is.
Does that work for you folks?
I'm going to be on vacation that week,
Oh.
so if you want to have it without me, that's fine.
Can we just do it the next day? Can we do it the 10th?
We could probably do it the next day if you want to do it the next day. I should be back by then.
I'm fine with that too.
Okay,
Okay.
then we'll do it the next day.
So the 10th at 2
10th.
o'clock.
Yeah. Is there, unless there's something else on the calendar we're not supposed to? Okay, so it's going to be on a Wednesday. Thank you.
And then I need to just let you know that I will not be, I can Zoom into next month's meeting, but I won't be here in person because I will be at the Maine County, or actually the National Association of Counties meeting in DC, representing Maine.
Really? Where's that?
In DC,
What's that?
in Washington DC.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Anything you want me to share with on there, let me know.
Do we want to change the date of the meeting for that? You won't be back,
I can Zoom into that.
can you? Okay.
So if you don't want to change the date, I can Zoom into it, but I won't physically be there.
Okay. Any other dates we're supposed to change, Andy, that you were looking at?
I just wasn't sure if Commissioner, because I know Tuesdays are tough for you to be here, so,
I'm working on that, let's just leave it the way it
okay,
is. But
okay.
thank
So
you.
that's why I put that on, because we had a discussion about.
Well, we just changed Wednesday, April, I'm okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
so I think at this point, we're all set. We just wanted to have a discussion about that if it was a problem, but I think until we have to bring that back, we either have to bring it back or we won't. So I guess we're all set.
Okay. Last action item we have is an act to approve and sign a memorandum of understanding between the County of Knox and the National Correction Employees Union, NCEU.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. My first question is, who signs this? Is this for all of us to sign?
So this is, yep, for the 3 commissioners and the sheriff, and also Bill Doyle, who's the executive director for NCU. Just quickly, this, if you remember, early last year, the commissioners approved stipends for correction officers, supervisors, and then also for communications for dispatchers and dispatch supervisors. And you approved different stipend amounts for both groups. The one for corrections went until the end of the year, until December 31st. So that's essentially expired. So this document requests to make it retroactive back to January 1st and continue it until we have a new collective bargaining agreement. So once we have a collective bargaining agreement and the union votes on it and then it comes to the commissioners and they approve it, this will stay in place until that time, and then once that happens, this will be expunged. So, and then we'll follow the contract. So the only addition to this from the one you approved before is we added grade 7, which is a food service specialist, and that's a $2 per hour stipend. The grade 11, which is correction officers, grade 12, which is assistant shift supervisor, grade 14, which is shift supervisors, are 5, 4, and 3, and that was the same dollar amount you approved previously in 2023.
Discussion? Of course.
I'll ask the sheriff again, is this sufficient to
Yes,
address?
so we originally asked for this because we try to do a stop loss, if you will, because of the trouble of keeping staff and then recruiting them. This made the difference, has allowed us to do both. We've had some great success. The difference is with this one, we put an expiration versus communications one we did not. We anticipated having a signed contract by now. Just some calamity of events, not that we don't agree, we just haven't been able to get to the table as much as we had hoped. So just delayed it, and we should have put it, no expiration until the new agreement. So that's really the only mistake we made with this. But yes, it does satisfy everything we were looking for. The membership of that union is pleased with what they're getting. Obviously, we're still negotiating what the final numbers are going to be, but this is also budgeted in this budget, so that as that agreement comes around, we won't be asking for more funding. It's already been built into that.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing as none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. Discussion items, discussion of county property identified potential sale. Is this what we've been talking about before?
Yeah, this is the property at the airport.
Has there been any movement on it?
So, as I said last month, we'll just keep moving it to the next agenda until we finally have something.
Should we make a motion to table it?
No, because it's a discussion item.
Discussion item.
There's no action needed on it.
Okay. Other items?
So I do have a few things. The first thing is, there's a bill before the legislature that is LD 2005, which is an act to eliminate the aircraft excise tax. that was, they had a public hearing, they're having a public hearing right now in front of the Committee on Taxation. I emailed Representative Matlack and asked her to, and told her the county opposed that, and asked her if she would be willing to speak at the public hearing about it as our representative. Jeremy also submitted testimony in opposition of it, and I know MMA is against it. Their LAPC voted unanimously to oppose it. The LD was from the representative in Sanford. Sanford has an airport, and I'm assuming that's why the representative is proposing to eliminate it. I don't really know the reasons behind it, but that's who had actually submitted or sponsored the bill. So Representative Matlack said she'd let me know the results of the public hearing. They do have some work sessions scheduled as well, but those things aren't scheduled yet. So, but it sounds like there's a lot of opposition to it, so hopefully it won't go anywhere. Just to let you know about that. The next thing is, if you remember in the budget, under the ARPA funds, we allocated $100,000 for organizational study. Municipal Resources, Inc. is going to perform the organizational study. They did one for the county back in 2009. That took effect in 2010, and then they've done some updates for different departments through the years. This would be another full-blown org study for the entire county. I spoke to Don Jutton, who's the founder of MRI and the senior consultant, yesterday. And he's going to be reaching out. Initially, what he wants to do is reach out to each of the commissioners, kind of interview you, get your thoughts of what's good and maybe not so good about the county, or things that are positive and things that need improvement, just to pick your brain on that. And then he wants to reach out to each of the department managers, and then he'll circle back with what the scope of work and how he thinks we ought to proceed. And this would be every department in the county. So just to let you know, he will be reaching out probably within the next week to everybody. If you have any questions on that.
Peter?
And what is this costing us, Andrew?
We budgeted $100,000.
$100,000.
Yeah, it's to do the complete org study. It also would incorporate looking at our wage plan, our current wage plan and position classification that we have for the county as well. That would be the max. I mean, the hope is, and I had this discussion with Don yesterday, is that we don't even hopefully get close to that amount. That we actually don't expend the whole amount. So that was approved by the commission and the budget committee.
Anything else?
The annual meeting for the MCCA was supposed to be tomorrow. They've canceled that because of the weather.
Oh, they
and
did?
they
Okay.
rescheduled it for Thursday.
Oh,
It's a combination in-person hybrid Zoom meeting. So they're encouraging people to attend, but if they can't, certainly they've got the Zoom link. They just sent that out probably I think it was almost around noon time today. So the risk pool meeting will be at 9, and then the annual meeting starts at 10. That's it.
Okay. Any questions for the county administrator? Seeing as none, then our next item is potentially an executive session. Is there a motion?
I move we convene executive session, discuss personnel matter pursuant to 1 MRSA subsection 405, 6, A.
second?
Is there any discussion? Seeing as none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? 3 in favor, none opposed. Thank you all very much. What?
I said, it's lovely to have public comment, isn't it?
My computer just decided it's gonna restart.
Okay.
We're recording.
Recording, good. We've left executive session. I'd like to thank everybody for a very productive time, even if we're not allowed to talk about it. But I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Seconded?
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Do we have any other meetings other than the regular meeting coming up in February? There's no meetings at this point?
And then, well, we'll have the special meeting once we get that scheduled, which will be actually in February,
Okay.
with the subcommittee. Yeah.
Since there's no other discussion, I'll call the vote. All those in favor of adjournment? In favor, none opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.